someone who does, and this is what was explained to me. It was explained to me that a poll that shows we're way ahead is a poll that assumes that there will be a large turnout from newly registered people, young people, and African Americans and Latinos. Okay? A poll that shows we're way up assumes lots of newly registered people, lots of young people, lots of African Americans, lots of Latinos. A poll that shows it real close is a poll of what pollsters call likely voters. A likely voter is somebody who has regularly voted in the past. So, if you want to know how important your job is, those of you who've been here since Labor Day, and God bless all of you for leaving your homes and your families, literally from all over the United States of America, and coming here. Final push as well. If you want to understand why your job is so important, think about those polls. If it's the same old people deciding the future of our country, we lose. If it's the people that you are working on turning out, the new voters, the young voters, the African Americans, the Latinos, if you turn them out, we win. Okay. Why it's so important that we not leave one door unknocked. Those numbers you heard earlier from our SEIU sister are great numbers, but now we got all these extra people. We should be able to do a hell of a lot better than that in these last 3 days. It's so important that you not leave one single door unlocked. It's so important that if you miss somebody, you go back and find them. This is literally true that every vote counts. And you're in a very special place. Those of you here in this great state of Virginia, you're in a very special place because if we win Virginia, we win the country. If we win Virginia, state of Virginia. Yeah. Woo. So I particularly am glad for the chance to be here with you all today because I grew up in the state of Virginia. I'm a lot older than most people in this room. When I grew up in Virginia, we still had legal segregation. I never went to school with black kids because we were allowed to. White kids and black kids had separate schools in those days. So I know what this state is like. And I know that we made a lot of progress in this state in a lot of ways, but I also know that we got some unfinished business.
That's right.
In this state. Unfinished business in this state. Some of you have been here for weeks and weeks. You can count it. Some examples of unfinished business in this state. I don't share the idea that all the white people of Virginia are going to be wrong on this. I don't share that idea. I believe that this campaign is about far more than race. They have stolen this country from the people who do the work that makes this country possible. They have stolen this country.
That's right.
People in Wall Street, people in Washington, they have stolen this country. And we're leaving these people in the house. And this country will be proud. Yeah. How many people in this room have a family member or a relative or a loved one or a neighbor or an acquaintance been to Iraq or Afghanistan? A lot of people. You know why that is? It is not the children of the people who stole this country that are over there. No, indeed. It's the children of the people who built this country who are over there. I wouldn't mind that war had something to do with Bin Laden. But the truth is that the same people that stole this country are the same people who have engaged in a stupid, futile war that has ruined the standing of this country worldwide. I'll be truthful with you. Although I normally vote Democratic, I don't normally think there's a dime worth of difference between us. Maybe a nickel's worth of difference. That's my vote. Democrats. This one time, sisters and brothers, this one time, we have a chance to take this country back. Now, after Tuesday, we got to stay together, we got to stay organized, we got to keep pushing. There's no political leader can do the right thing without people. But first, we got to elect that political leader. There's a number of us, when I asked for hands, the numbers in the state of Virginia. I wish my mother, God rest her soul, was still alive. My mother was a school teacher all her life in this state. Most of that time, segregated schools she taught in. My mother had a falling out with her Virginia family over the question of where we stood on integrating the schools in the state of Virginia. My mother's family thought that was a bad thing. My mother stood up for that. She wasn't an important person in the eyes of the world. She was a school teacher. She wasn't a famous person. She stood up for that. And as a consequence of that, she was estranged from her family for the rest of her life. I lost her 7 years ago. And on the one hand, I wish she was here today to see this dream. She'd be an old lady by now, but she'd be out there with you. I can promise you that. But I know she's looking down, and I know she's joining me in saying to you, we have a chance in 2008 by hard work, not by hoping. Prayer never hurts, but not by praying either. By hard work, we have a chance to take care of unfinished business in this state that I grew up in. We have a chance to take care of unfinished business in this country. And if we do the hard work that we have to do, we don't read any polls. We turn out every last voter to vote on Tuesday. By Tuesday night, I hope everybody's so tired they can't move, all of us. Because if we do that, if we win Virginia, we win America, and we can go on and take this country back.